The best places to visit in Paraguay. Paraguay is ideal for those keen to get off the gringo trail for a truly authentic South American experience. This is a vast, beautiful country with a long and rich history. It sometimes is called the heart of South America, due to its location on the continent, but it is usually passed over by travelers for their bigger, more well-known neighbors. Paraguay gives people the rare opportunity to visit one of the more underrated countries in South America without the abundance of tourists, for a landlocked country. Paraguay has numerous coastline views, from the costanera in Encarnacion, all the way up north onto the Paraguay River which leads to the Pantanal, where you have the chance to see jaguars, crocodiles and dozens of different bird species. To help you along, check out our guide to Paraguay's must-visit attractions. Saltos del Monday. On the outskirts of Ciudad del Este lies one of Paraguay's most spectacular natural wonders, Saltos del Monday. These thunderous series of waterfalls is an astonishing 45 meters tall and 120 meters wide. Adventurers can climb and abseil down the rocky walls, while observers keen to stay on dry land can watch the falls tumble into the depths below from wooden walkways snaking across the river. The Chaco. The Chaco remains is a great place to see wildlife. This vast plain, roughly divided into the flooded palm savannas of the humid Chaco, the first 350 kilometers west of Asunción, and the spiny forests of the dry Chaco, the rest, encompasses the entire western half of Paraguay and stretches into Argentina and Bolivia. San-Rafael-National-Park. Southern Paraguay's last great tract of Atlantic forest, gorgeous San Rafael is a lush wilderness and a bird-watcher's paradise with more than 430 species recorded. Endangered species abound in this exotic but easily accessible wilderness. At least 20% of the park is made up of endangered native grasslands known as Mesopotamian grasslands or pastizales del sur. Rapidly disappearing, a major conservation push is being made in the region to protect them. Trinidad and Jesus. Declared as UNESCO World Heritage Sites in 1993. The best of the Jesuit-era architecture is showcased in the imposing stone churches of Trinidad and Jesus de Tavarang. This once lively mission was the home of European Jesuits and the rural Guarani people they converted to Christianity. Once a city within walls, it's now a crumbling ruin, a haunting relic of the colonial age. Stick around after dark to see the mission light up against the night sky. 5. Bahía Negra and the Pantanal Paraguayo. The Pantanal Paraguayo, Paraguayan Pantanal, is remote and rarely visited, but if you are willing to make the effort and spend more than you would in Brazil, then it is a fantastic, adventurous, off-the-beaten-track destination for those with an interest in wildlife. There is little in the way of tourist infrastructure, though, so this is very much a DIY experience. There are no local wildlife guides to show you around. Ybycui National Park. Capuchin monkeys swing through the canopies while howlers scale the tree trunks at Ybycui National Park, a small and tight-knit protected section of what's remaining of the upper Parana-Atlantic forest. Most travelers make the relatively short 150-kilometer drive here straight from the capital, eager to see the gushing waterfalls that cascade down through the rocky undergrowth of the forest in steps and plunge pools. Another attraction are the ruins of a one-time iron foundry, where the forces of the hard-fought Paraguayan War once created weaponry and munitions while hidden in the hills. Itaipú Dam. Paraguay's publicity machine is awash with facts and figures about the Itaipú hydroelectric project, the world's second-largest dam. Only China's Three Gorges Dam is bigger. Itaipú's generators supply nearly 80% of Paraguay's electricity and 25% of Brazil's entire demand. While project propaganda gushes about this human accomplishment, it omits the $25 billion price tag and avoids the mention of environmental consequences. The 1350 square kilometer, 220 meters deep reservoir drowned Set Quadras, a set of waterfalls that was larger than Iguazu. This immense dam on the border with Brazil is one of the largest hydroelectric dams on the planet. It's worth the trip to admire the colossal scale of this feat of engineering. The dam has its own mini ecosystem too. Head out on a fishing excursion or a bird-watching tour to see the local residents. Cerro-cora-National Park. With some of the most dramatic scenery in Paraguay, Cerro-cora-National Park is one of the country's best ecotourism destinations. Surrounded by the 8 mountains of the Amambay Range, it was the stage for Francisco Solano Lopez's final battle during the Triple Alliance War. Today there are wooden trails through the forest, camping spots and plenty of opportunities to take a dip in the Rio Aquidabin. This pint-sized natural reserve is unquestionably one of the most dramatic and breathtaking sections of backcountry in all of Paraguay. Only recently established, it encompasses a great swathe of undulating savanna and highland terrain, where otherworldly hills peak above the swaying grasses and mosquitoes buzz around the shuffling carapaces of armadillos. Areguá. Areguá is a slice of Spain on the outskirts of Asunción's suburbs. In this charming colonial town on the edge of Lago Ybycui, cobbled alleyways give way to leafy plazas, lined with quaint cafes and boutiques. Water sports are the main draw on the lake, while sunseekers can catch some rays on its sandy shores. Head just outside the town to see the geometric sandstone formations of the Coy and Corori hills. The so-called Pearl of the South reclines carefree on the banks of the Paraguay River, drawing crowds of Asuncionos, people from the capital, during the summer, with the promise of pristine riparian beaches and the country's most up-and-coming boardwalk boulevard. The best sands are found at the end of Curupati, groomed and managed and dotted with bikini-clad fashionistas and sunbathers alike. Water sports are popular too, with jet skis buzzing around the meanders of Paraná, below the shimmering high-rises of the city's all-new residential neighborhoods across the bay. And when the relaxation is done and dusted, be sure to get a culture hit at the UNESCO-attested Jesuit ruins on the edge of the town. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment and subscribe.